Neocont protocols have identified a new planet suitable for our colonization test program.
Oh, really now?
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention. An accident has occurred in the Tycoon. A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This game has too much time pressure.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon. The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Well, whose fault is that game? Couldn't be mine.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
probably should have done these separately.
You have failed, Administrator. Core functions have been rendered inoperative.
Well, that was fun. I didn't. If the game is really that hard, I don't know if it'll be a fun thing to stream again. .8% of players got at least as far as I did, right? Huh. This is fine. Have fires in 20 buildings at the same time. .9%. Apparently there is an achievement just for turning the audio to Siri. In space, nobody can hear you scream. Like, if you want me to try again, I could. I'm just saying that this is probably too hard to play on stream because too many things are going on. Maybe I could stick it in easy mode. Like by comparison. Dardius has a high learning curve in the beginning, but once you get the ship in one piece, the difficulty is most just time and patience rather than any level of micromanagement. Like, it does have a fair amount of it. I thought I would try this game though because it was in the same name. I'll see if I can get Outpost to work when I get off stream, and maybe I'll try that later today just to give you an idea before I learned how to play these kinds of games. Outpost 1 is also just as punishing. It also doesn't really have an end. It came out in the 90s. It was pretty much unfinished. But you likely won't ever see someone play it on stream because it's such a pain in the ass to set up.